if and see if we've got some ideas about some of the standards that were covered by these activities and some of the terminology, and if we're getting, you know, a better handle on those sorts of pieces. I did update the link in this one to be the link to the Maryland Center for Computing Education, their annotations page that Diane had shared yesterday, which has those nice like the annotations for the K-5, but then also the like short version of the concepts and practices and key standards and stuff like that. So that's a helpful resource. And then just a reminder as you're looking at the codes that go with the standards. The first part's the grade level, the next part is the concept, and then the rest has to do with you know, like where it is in the block here. So let me see, is that out of the way? So this is the algorithms and programming one, and then the subconcepts, and then each of the grade level standards that go along with it. I thought we could use the annotate tool in Zoom to mark this up a little bit. And so if you haven't used the annotate tool before, you should be able to go to viewing options towards the top of your screen. And now I'm not positive what this looks like on a tablet. So others who have a tablet might have to help me describe it. But there should be a little drop down next to viewing options where you can pick annotate. And then on annotate, you'll get a little toolbar that pops up. Probably the easiest thing is maybe to use either like the draw tool or the stamp tool. So you could pick a star or an arrow, and then you might highlight something on the screen. That's a very small blue arrow, but you can see it right there about where you think we were covering different parts of the standards during these activities. Okay. So viewing options, annotate, and then pick like the draw or the stamp tool and start marking this up. What kind of ideas were we covering in our lessons today? Anybody need help using the annotate tool? Oh, I see a star up here on the 5th grade one. Great. Lines coming down here on decomposing. So it looks like we were covering lots of these standards in one way or another as part of the activities. Let's be a little bit more explicit about it. So can somebody tell me why they circled refining algorithms? Anybody want to share why they were highlighting that one or how we did that?
I chose refine because I felt like after experimenting and playing with the program, I went back and continued to practice it to get better. So I was refining what I was doing as I was learning.
Awesome, great. I see somebody highlighted sequences. Anybody want to share a little bit about where we were using sequences? Talked about those a lot today.
Okay, well, that was me again.
No, the pink pen, right?
Yeah, that's me again. I chose that because I was thinking of the dialogue and the code that was needed in order to build the interchange between the two characters and what was needed.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask somebody about decomposition. Maybe somebody who used the orange pen or the green pen to check, or the yellow star stamp. Did you share about how you thought you were using decomposition during the lesson?
I had circled, I think, both of those. And that was because I was trying to figure out how to make the characters talk to each other. And so I was breaking it up, trying different pieces of code to see what was going to do what I wanted it to do. So that's why I did it. And I just thought, really, it's probably all three of them. It would just depend at what level, you know, it's grade 3, 4, and 5, depending on what level you were doing it at.
Jerry just agreed with that in the chat. He said, same.
Nice.
I was
Yeah.
basically doing the same thing. So yeah, I totally agree. I can only imagine what the kids would be doing.
Okay, I'm going to clear our annotations and actually go on to the second part of the algorithms and programming standards, so we can do this again. So I'm going to click clear all drawings. There we go. And then I need to get out of the annotate tool to shift the slides here. There we go. Okay, so here's the second set of algorithms and programming. There's quite a number of sub-concepts here, and there's some other ones on program development in here as well. So I'll give you a minute to read through those and mark those up too. All right, seeing lots of underlined circles, stars, hearts, checks on the debugging programs. I think that's a lot of what we do at the beginning of programming. Debug, debug, fix, fix, fix. Awesome. A couple people checked ones, yes, here under that first row of program development. Can you tell us more about how you included others' perspectives, or did you do anything while collaborating to build the program to take into account feedback? I know when I was popping into room 4, there were some folks working on collaboratively on building a program. I didn't know if you were thinking about how you included other people's perspectives, like your partner's perspective as you were building the program there. That was one thing I was thinking of. We haven't gotten a chance to share a ton yet with our programs. I know Diane got a chance to look at, you put it in the chat, the public version. Gloria, was it Gloria's or Denise's project there?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Denise and daughter development team shared they downloaded it and shared it with me. So I put it up on the regular Scratch platform so I could make it public so people could take a look at it. And from there, people could take it and remix it and add to it.
Yeah. So that is one of the nice things about the not the CS First version of the Scratch platform, but the regular Scratch platform, is that you can do what's called remixing, where you can take somebody's project, make a copy of it and make changes to it, and remix it and make it your own. Okay, and then the communication piece at the end. We went through this activity using the standards. I don't know if you remember that checklist that Diane showed folks yesterday of the computational thinking practices, and it included things like debugging, iterating, testing and refining, persevering. So this kind of process where we went through and identified, on the standards is very similar to that, like asking students, which of these practices did you use today and where did you use it or how did you use it, and having that opportunity to reflect on those practices, right? So that's a nice kind of wrap up to doing a lesson as well. All right, let me clear the annotations. There we go. All right, so let's do a little bit of thinking. We can go into breakout rooms again, in random breakout rooms for, groups of about 4 or so for a couple of minutes. But thinking back on the CS First storytellings that you worked on, how did you see, or how did you see differentiation show up in the lessons, or how would you modify it if you were going to use the lesson for students with learning differences, students who are learning English as a second language, that kind of thing? And then also, how did you see student voice and choice in the lessons, or how might you need to add that to the lessons? So that's with your teacher hat on, and then with your teacher educator hat on. These are similar questions to yesterday. Where do you think new to CS teachers might struggle? What questions could you ask them to help understand the concepts between CS and English, and what student actions might you be looking for around collaboration? Okay, so breakout rooms for about 15 minutes, I think. Yep, that'll put us right at about 10 after. We'll have a couple minutes to share, and then we can wrap up for today. All right, great. Lots of comments about students enjoying the creativity in Scratch, about folks learning about just what does it mean to write a program and having that experience. So awesome. The students will enjoy coding. You get to, there was a lot of choice in here, like the dialogue and the sprites. Wonderful. I learned that from Christetta. I learned that coding is time consuming, but the results are worth the effort. Love that. Yeah, I think students will be intrigued and exciting about Scratch, a little overwhelmed at first, but we'll get used to it. I think it's okay to share that with students too, to say, you know what, it's going to take us a little bit to get used to Scratch programming, but I'm going to help you figure it out. Your neighbor's going to help you figure it out. And pretty soon we're going to be Scratch experts, so I think it's okay to be upfront about those pieces. I have a message that somebody's interested in playing Kahoot again. I bet you would get many more questions right this time around. Yeah, Jerry mentioned about logo with kids and Scratch coding, definitely very nicely designed for people to learn to program these days, much easier. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. So I'm going to ask you one more pulse check question and to share in the chat here. On a scale of 1 to 5, how confident are you that you can implement a Scratch programming activity? It's okay to feel on the one end right now too, but hopefully you're more confident than you were this morning. All right. I mean, and just to put it in context, you've been, for folks who are new to this, you've been programming Scratch now for what, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you include some of the prep time that we put into it, and then the rest has been discussion. So I think you've come a long way in terms of being able to do this today. Yes, there's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. That's like, if I haven't tried it before, I have high expectations that I'm going to be able to do it. As soon as I try it, my expectations drop, and then they gradually build up again. So great reason to try more workshops this summer. All right, wonderful. So that is it for today. The website, whoops, let me just, the website is updated with the link to the slides and some of the resources like K-12 CS